Hello, all. So, I came across this interesting video on my timeline, and it is titled Our Obsession with Length is Eurocentric. And in this particular video, the creator went on to talk about people who have shorter hair, shorter, kinkier hair, don't get treated as well as their counterparts who have longer, kinkier hair. And the creator stated that these behaviors are rooted within Eurocentrism. And I can understand why the creator said this, but I also do have some objections to this viewpoint. So, for starters, long hair all over the world and across many communities has always been a sign of beauty, but it's also been a sign of many things. Some of them being health, status, and having the capability to bear many children. For women in particular, it is linked to our femininity, and it's a way for us to change and play up our feminine presentation too. But it's no secret that Western societies do prefer longer and straighter hair. However, to imply that Afro communities around the world only started desiring having long hair once they were exposed to the Eurocentric beauty standards is false. From Senegal to Chad to South Africa to Democratic Republic of Congo to Jamaica to Brazil, long type 4 hair has always been seen as the prize, way before Africans and African descended people were in contact with Europeans. I mean, how on earth do you think these elaborate hairstyles were achieved? A big reason is the long hair on these women's heads that was needed to make these curls and dents and shapes. The main difference between the Eurocentric beauty standard of wanting long hair compared to the more African-centered, which, by the way, varies a lot, is that for Westerners, long hair is preferred in a more straight state, whilst in Africa and all over the Caribbean and Latin America and so on, the hair is often manipulated into different intricate styles. This is no attack to the creator, and nor am I implying that they made the video with malicious intent, but I do need Black women to be very careful when you hear people attributing certain physical desires to Eurocentrism. One can't negate the fact that Eurocentrism has definitely played a major role on how we view our hair, and that includes the length of our hair and, of course, the history, especially in the Americas, where Black women were often discriminated and also banned from embracing their natural hair, has definitely played a role into how we view our hair in general. However, if you simply desire to have longer hair because you prefer how long hair looks on you or whatever reason, grow your hair out to your heart's content. Sometimes I see and I hear people trying to link every somewhat universal sign of beauty to Eurocentrism, and I find that pretty problematic. Are they also trying to imply that wanting to have short hair is more Afro-centered? Are you leaning more into your African beauty when you keep your hair short? These are the type of questions you should be asking when you hear these type of viewpoints. I've gone deep into this in other videos when the same rhetoric has been applied, but on certain facial features that are found on attractive dark-skinned women being viewed as beautiful, they try to attribute those specific facial features as the only reason as to why they're beautiful is because those facial features are desired in Western society. And I say that this is a common practice amongst women in the arena of sexual competition, especially because some women who haven't achieved what they want, nor haven't achieved the look that they want, feel bad about themselves, and they also want other people to feel bad about themselves too, and then go on to discourage them from doing things that will elevate them, and in this instance, make them look more attractive than the other person. And this is because when you enhance your looks, they will see you as a threat. And then the envy begins to creep in. In my opinion, long fussy hair is just as beautiful as short fussy hair. I think it all depends on how you style it too. But people in general, yes, they do prefer longer hair. And I also happen to be one of those people who does prefer having longer natural hair on myself. Not because of the Eurocentric beauty standards, but it's because I just prefer the look. And in the age where there are many depictions of Black women and some of them aren't that favorable to us, we have to play the game where we can change the depiction of Black women that is more favorable for us and actually benefits us and how we navigate through society. Plenty of other groups of women have been able to do this. For instance, East Asian women have used K-pop and K-drama to increase their desirability, and many have been able to benefit from such. It also helps that they control their own media outlets and prioritize showing themselves in the best light as possible. And that's something that we can learn from other groups of women. And this also includes playing up your femininity, and in this case, feminine presentation. Making type 4 long hair more common, in my opinion, will work in Black women's favor more in terms of our social image and also the representation. It's already not a mainstream thing to see a Black woman having really nice long type 4 hair. So this will increase the novelty aspect. By human nature, people will be more positively intrigued in how one has achieved this beautiful long type 4 hair. You'll catch the attention of many people from across the globe, and then you'll be able to capitalize off. And then this will go on to have a trickle-down effect in your everyday interactions with people. People typically praise long hair of any hair type, which edges you into benefiting from pretty privilege if you happen to be one of those people who are getting those praises. And pretty privilege is often a topic that a lot of Black women, I have noticed, talk about here online, and how some of them do not benefit from pretty privilege. Playing into your femininity and your feminine presentation, which includes, some of you may not like this, having longer hair, will help in you attaining that pretty privilege that many of you want. And that is completely fine. So that is my 2 cents on this topic. In short, there is nothing wrong with desiring to have long, medium, short hair, nor do any of those desires have to be linked to Eurocentrism. Listening to people who do this will have you hating yourself and constantly trying to meet their bar of what is good enough for them, and you won't win. You'll realize most of the times they also do not uphold their own standards anyways. And typically they have these type of viewpoints because of some insecurities that they haven't been able to get over. And that is fine. However, there is no need to project and discourage people from wanting certain desires or from looking a certain type of way, especially when it comes to natural hair and just having longer natural hair. What do you all think? Is desiring longer hair rooted in Eurocentrism? If you believe so, comment down below. And if you don't, also let us know why. See you soon in the next one.